Hey guys, I had so much difficulty this morning in signing up for this live, so I'm happy I finally made it. Thank you guys for even tuning in. This is Brian, the dog father of Harlem, and I'm with Andis, and I'm going live on Doggington Post. And today we're going to talk about how we can shave the paws and pads of a puppy. And the importance of doing that is this, especially during a time like this when there's a pandemic. You're walking your dog out on the street. There's a lot of germs that dogs can potentially get through their pads, and some dogs, they're avid licker of their pads, so they're licking their pads regularly. So you don't want to drag that into the house. So my recommendation for pet parents is really just take this DIY and learn 1 or 2 steps that I'm going to show you on how to clean up your pads and how to keep that pads properly maintenance, especially during the pandemic time, especially when you have to take your dog outside to walk them, and you want to make sure that when he or she comes home, you can easily clean that pad. So my co-host is Coco. Coco, she's actually a poodle. I normally groom her regularly, and obviously she's gonna need a new grooming soon. What's up, baby? She already know what this is all about. So I'm gonna kind of walk you through my steps on what I do to clean this pads. You see she has really long hair that's all even to it, but my goal is to cut about half of this, so it'll be easier for you to take a wet rag with some, wet dry shampoo or just water and some soap, and you can clean that pad regularly, or you can get like the doggy wipes that they have now that you can use to clean out the pads. So together, Coco, you can tell she's a little nervous. She don't like to be on camera. We're gonna work on this, all right? All right, so I'm gonna check the pads. And between the pads, there's definitely some hair there that I want to clean between those webbings. And I'm going to do about right here. So what I like to use is my Andis, I call it the Andis Pulse 5-eye clippers. It has different, settings anywhere from 9 to 40. You can use it to clean between the pads. So for her, I like to kind of be around the 10. I don't like to go the 30 or the 40 because the loud noise, and I don't want to make any mistakes too. So I kind of like it right in the middle. It's wireless. You can actually plug it on the mount as while you charge it too, especially for groomers. You're in between. You're grooming. You want to make sure that you have something that's flexible that you can use really well. By the same time, between your groomings, you can just plug it in so you can charge. So this is really good. It goes from 9 to 40. It's good for sanitary area. It's good for all those sensitive areas. And also it's really good to clean these pads. So I'm going to put it at 10, and I'm going to start. And I might go a little bit more to 30, and just so that I can clean up really well. So I'm going to start with the front legs. And of course she's nervous. I know some groomers like to go forward, which I like to do. Some groomers like to go against the grain, which is something you can do too. But first, I just kind of want to get some of the length off. And I'm slowly just taking my time, cleaning the legs. Okay. So I'm just going to go a little bit past the pads because I want to make sure I can get underneath and clean all of that up for you. By bringing this pad down is a good way to maintain proper hygiene. Okay. Pretty much got the top done. Come on, baby. Okay. So I'm going to clean between the pads. Look like there's not much hair between the pads. I don't like to go too deep because of the webbings in there. I don't want to injure her. So I'm just going to clean around it. If there was any gook or anything that was stuck between here, it's a good way for you to pull through it. So the action that I like to do, it's like a dig in motion, and I'm going to do it on a low speed. And I'm literally going in and digging in just lightly to clean between that. And I don't want to go in too deep because of those webbings And I honestly think that, you know, pups should definitely have some hair between here and between the webbings and their pads. So I like this length. If I really wanted to, I can go deeper, but as a pet parent, I honestly don't think that it makes sense for you to make it so tight. And then the other thing I like to do in between is a good way for you to now cut the nails because you can actually see the nails. So for those pet parents that are very comfortable in cutting their nails, this is a good way to do it because the pad's clean, you can see what you're doing, and you can cut the nails at an angle. So I got one of that pad look done for you, so I'm going to work on the others. How you doing? You okay? Huh? Hmm? Look, she just gave me a kiss. So that tells me that she's comfortable. All right, so now I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go right below where the pad is, and I'm just going to bring that out in a slow motion. And I have it on low speed because I don't want to psych her out. I want to make sure she's good. Okay. So if you're at home doing this, I recommend the first time doing it, you want to have your partner help you or find like a flat surface where she can stand on and probably find some type of, you know, harness or something to kind of hold her in place. But I honestly think in the beginning, just to get her comfortable, because a lot of pups do not like the feet touch, and you want to make sure you have a better proper holding of the pup so that you won't make a mistake. And that's the reason why I like this so much, because of the speed variations of this. There's a chance that you definitely won't injure her because you can change the speed to the lowest speed and you can go to the higher speed. Sounds differently. So I'm really at the 10 mark because I don't want to go too hard on her. So, you know, as a groomer, I want to make sure that each leg is even. So I'm going to go right where the dew claw is. Just clean up just a little bit more. Again, the dig-in motion, I'm going to go and just clean between the pads. I wish I can show you. Come on, baby. Let me get a little closer. I got to show you. Okay. I'm just digging between the pads, but I'm not going all the way in. Because again, I said I kind of want some hair between that pads, but I don't want to be overgrown. Because I don't want to get in the webbings. The webbings are in between the pads here, and I like a little bit of hair there just so that it protects the dog for this. God forbid that she walks and there's glass on the floor. At least it won't get stuck in there. Okay? And if it does, it's not going to cause much injury. So I got the front done. Usually the front is the hard part to do. And she's doing really well. So this is the back. I'm going to start off with showing you the dig-in motion that I'm talking about. So you're just literally going to dig in that way. Dig in. Just literally dig it in a little bit. Boom. And you can tell, you see her pads are kind of dry. And this happens in the winter time. I've definitely got some paw balm that I'm going to recommend for you to use. You know, this is going to be really good to keep her palms, her paw pads more moisture and put some vitamin E in there. So I'm definitely going to recommend that after I finish it all. Because the next thing that is important after you clean the pads is to kind of clean up the pup a little bit. And I'm going to show you that, what works. Okay. And if you have any questions, feel free to post it and I will definitely answer to you. If I'm not able to answer to you right now, I think I can definitely answer to you later. So I'm in my doggy daycare, so you hear the dogs, they're barking and having fun upstairs. So I just want to let you know that too. So I just kind of clean through her pads. Okay. How you feeling? You okay? Good girl. All right, let's do the last one. Let's turn this way. She doesn't like it. Take that off of her. How you doing? You okay there? I honestly think that you should always check in with the dog just to kind of get a sense of how they're doing. because this is uncomfortable for them, and you don't want them to freak out. And if they freak out, you might freak out. And keep up. Digging motion again. I'm going in there and digging that out. Okay. So, pretty much comfortable with the length. It looks like little boots on her feet. Come on, baby. All right. So, if you're at home, you already clean out the pads, and you want to then clean it up, I honestly think you just really need a good rag. And I like the Advent, excuse me, waterless shampoo. It's really good in between grooming. So you can use this to kind of clean through the pads, just like that. Or you can just use regular soap and water. But I like to treat my dogs with the best, so go in there and make sure everything looks good. The nails were long. You can cut those nails. Unfortunately, some dogs, they like to lick their pads. It could be because of allergies or a lot of different reasons. So that's why it's so important to properly maintain a good pad, so that at least you know if they're licking it, it's nothing too crazy. And then you're not dragging that into the house. So after every walk, as a dog walker, I have some of my clients who literally ask me to clean the pads as soon as we come in the house. So they usually have a baby wipe or the doggy wipes now. So this is something that helps the dog get used to the whole process, and it helps us as groomers, because the problem a lot of dogs have is that they had bad experience with nail trimming, or sometimes their legs are really matted, and they've had experiences where groomers have to be a little bit more, what's the right word for it? A little bit more aggressive, and that bad experience carries them on. So if the pet parents get used to cleaning the pads, get used to cleaning the face, get used to all the things that your dog don't feel comfortable with, it'll make our job easier as groomers. So feel comfortable. I clean those pads really well. And this is the paw balm that I like to use. One of the ladies from the Pup Relief Tour, her name is E on it. And it helps with all that crack that usually happens, in this New York streets. I gotta be honest with you. It's really nasty and dirty. So I wanna make sure my babies, when they come in home, they're really in good shape and their pads is moisture and it's not cracky or ashy, and bring back some of that nutrients that's off. So I'm cleaning through that really well. How you doing, Neil? You okay? So this is what I like to do for my clients and also my dogs. And I think that this really helps, especially around this time where it's so important that pups are not dragging in, any bacteria or anything back home, is to properly maintain a pup pads on a regular basis. So I would say probably once a week, I would probably try to clean through the pads, but you don't have to go in as much as I did today. But every time you see there's a lot of hair on it, you can do it. But definitely you want to clean the pads regularly by just washing the pads at least every time you come off from a walk, so that the dog get used to the process and it'll be the first thing that you do. Or if you want to take the next step further, you can always get like one of those balloon shoes. But honestly, I really like the fact that pet parents can take the time out and do some things like this that helps build that type of habit and structure, so that when the dog comes to the groomer, it's a good experience. So that's what it's all about. I got dog hair on my nose. It's maintaining that best practice at home. And of course, not all dogs you can do this to. and at the same time having a relationship with your groomer so that they know what you're doing and if it's doing it properly, and then also the groomer giving feedback of what you should do at home so that the grooming experience is consistent from home and at the salon. So that's all I have to say. Thank you for watching. I know it was crazy today in terms of the connection, but I'm happy that I was able to get on board. So thank you for watching. So I'm gonna look through and see if there's any questions that I could probably answer. Okay, what we have here. Oh, thank you guys, Linda. Appreciate it. Kim, Marco. Wow. Bunch of people watching. Yep, so exactly. Shaving is just not for poodles, it's for all other breeds that have a lot of fur in their pads area. So the simple step like this would really help just to maintain a proper hygiene. Okay. Okay. Well, it seems like that's it. Appreciate you all for watching me. And I'm looking forward to hear any question. You can definitely send me a private message, and I'll be able to answer anything. And also, if there's other topics you'd like for us to cover next time on Duggington Post, feel free to let us know so that we can curate it properly, so we can give you some information for future content. So thank you so much. I'm gonna sign off now. See you later.